49ers offense ready for their second drive. And they enter play here in this one on a 2-game win streak, plus they come off the open week as well. So this is a team that has a lot of things working in their favor.
Oh, it certainly is, and let's face it, this team is playing so well. The worry now is that after a few extra days off, they'll be sluggish coming into this game. So I've heard that he spent more time in practice working what they call good versus good, starting offense versus starting defense. They want a fast start in this next game.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38. A handoff left, McCaffrey. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. The Niners at 8-1 on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well, because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
Here now, 3rd and a yard. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. 65 yards rushing for him, as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Back to the ground on 1st, it's McCaffrey. And he'll get about 5 here, so he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry. And they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
After that run for a 1st down, I don't know the confidence could be much higher for an offense. They're doing exactly what they want to do on this drive.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. Again, McCaffrey, but he will lose yardage here as they knock him back to the 3. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. McCaffrey will score. Touchdown, 49ers. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Moody good with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the ball now going back over the Seattle Seahawks offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Fighting through pressure, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Operating from the gun, Clemens. And complete to Smith and Jigba. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. On the give here, Charbonnet. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This will be fielded at the 17. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. At his current pace, sure looks well in line for a 1,000-yard season, but some of the older folks watching that remember the 12-game seasons in the NFL probably say, man, it was a lot harder to do that back then.
Yeah, even the 14-game seasons. And, you know, when we talk to those veteran runners, some of those guys who wear gold jackets, right, and appear in Canton, they look at this and go, you know, it's kind of like going to school and taking 5 years to get your degree instead of just 4.
A victory lap. Well, they also... And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, 49ers. Danny Gray, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Moody good with the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Clemens going right back to Fant. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. 2nd down and 4. Again, he'll drop to throw. He'll get that to Charbonnet. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. They'll look to throw again. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with a 21-0 lead already, no need really to take any unnecessary risks. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Remember, these 2 teams met earlier in the year in Santa Clara with the Niners coming out on top. So a win here in Seattle, tough as that may be, would give them the season sweep. Purdy bootlegging it. This will be caught. It's Samuel. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. Final play of the half. Purdy. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And he's got it inside the 10. So we have reached halftime here with a visiting fourth. Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. Now a hit and a loose football. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. The And they've got to be sick over that opening kickoff. Just like that, they cough it up, the other team scores.
So much for the best laid plans. The offense spent all their time in the locker room at halftime plotting, getting the ball back, taking it downfield, and putting 6 points on the board. I just wonder, do they have a 12-point drive in them now? What a way to start the half.
All changed in the blink of an eye. Extra point up and through by Myers. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Starting the second half with a run by McCaffrey. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 90 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. McCaffrey on the counter. Jordan Brooks on the tackle.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Purdy's throw taken in by Samuel. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Well, partner, they've been running it well the entire game, and the big guys up front, they're a huge reason why. And now they're reaping the benefits as they continue to open up big holes and gain nice yardage.
And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues. This time they'll throw it. Here's Purdy. Gets this one to Juszczyk. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers. Play action. Now Purdy. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. All that for a 2-yard gain, 2nd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Purdy to the goal line, but it's incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football. Zone for a touchback. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be 2nd down. from the shotgun. He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Looking to throw. Clemens. He gets it complete to Harris. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this third quarter of play. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. To throw on third down. Clemens over the middle, finding Smith and Jigba. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 32-yard line. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another first down. Back to throw. Clemens to the sideline and incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 18. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Back to throw again. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Nick Bosa in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. And you hate
I said that in his defense.
In his defense, I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. So after a here. This offense so far on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Smith and Jigba with a grab. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. It'll be a pickup. A 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And try to push his way forward, but I think he's going to be short. And he is short. He needed 2. He only got 1. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. So they finally get their first trip to the red zone, and it ends with nothing.
And that's what I'm going to focus on with you, because you teed it up really well. Finally get to the red zone. So there's got to be a little bit of frustration because they haven't moved the ball as well as they wanted to all game. Now they get there, but we got to go for it because we don't know if we're going to get back here again. We don't know how many opportunities because they've been sputtering a little bit.
Absolutely. At this stage in the second half, to get there and not get it for the first time, tough. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Purdy with it on 3rd and long. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. Good open field tackling there. A 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage, because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. It's trying to spread our fingers wide and not actually see the result.
Clemens. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Nick Bosa in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. To throw on 2nd down. Clemens, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. That one looks like he'll throw here. Oh, and that is incomplete.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
Throwing here, Purdy. Yeah, that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Here's Purdy. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a 49ers first down. And they convert in style right there. A big play on 4th and long. That right there, career catch number 541, and that's significant because it ties him with Hall of Famer Kellen Winslow, who also obviously played the tight end position.
Yeah, and helped revolutionize it when he was in San Diego. But how about what we're seeing right here? You're talking about 541 catches at the tight end position. You talk about lofty territory, rare air. He has a lot to be proud of in his career.
Here's 2nd and 10. They go play action here. Purdy. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And timeouts. That'll leave him with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. One remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Back to throw, Purdy. That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown, 49ers. A 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Niners are closing in on a 9th victory on the year as they extend their lead. Moody good with the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And it was Brandon Ayuk capping it off with a touchdown reception. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
To throw again, Clemens. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. A tough spot here, 3rd and 15. Looking to throw, Clemens. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
Purdy now to throw off the play action. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
Switch it.
Purdy looking to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top. Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes, and that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Niners, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans.